We are getting this one underway with the kicker T.J. Johnson ready to boot it. Justin Arneson deep in the middle, awaiting that kickoff. And they boot it away from him. Bothwell over the shoulder at the 8-yard line, turns upfield to the 15, gets it to the 20, puts the head down and hammers out a couple more yards to the 22.
T.J. Johnson's an excellent kicker. He kicked it down to the 10-yard line over on the right sideline. Bothwell had to go back over his shoulder and catch it, and the timing to get up into that pocket was not there, so the Otters have decent field position, but not great.
And here they go with the first down on the 22-yard line. The Otters offensively with Aaron Olson at quarterback. The center is Paul Cava. The guards are Ross Johnson and Matt Ewell. Tackles are Matt Lehman and Brett Kelman. Tight ends Brent Ness and Peter Draxton. And in the backfield with Olson, Nick Dufty and Ben Shaw. Tim Erickson, the wideout. Olson rolling, tucks the ball under his arm. He'll keep it. He'll take the corner to the 25 and is upended as he lunges forward to the 28-yard line for a gain of about 6 yards on first down.
The Otters open with a single back, and what they're trying to do is take advantage of Aaron Olson's athletic ability. And
your linebackers, they have an all-senior defensive front with Matt Jones, the nose guard. Justin Riefenberger and William Berger are the defensive tackles. Here's Ben Shaw twisting and turning out to the 29. That was a tough yard for Ben, and it will bring up 3rd down and 3.
The Otters try to come with a little play action I'd call a crossbuck, where they fake to the fullback going to the right side and then come back and hand out to the right halfback. But Detroit Lakes is so strong on the line that they just plugged the hole, and there was no place to go.
Nick Zeman and T.J. Johnson, the 2 senior defensive ends, and the secondary, 2 seniors at the cornerback spots, Adam Steffel and Ryan Whitworth, and 2 juniors at safety, Justin Knopf and Ryan Mankey, the only 2 underclassmen in the starting lineup on defense. And now Olson will pitch it out on the option, and Shaw will be cut down. Good penetration by the left side of the Laker defense, and it will bring up a 4th down situation.
That's a new formation. Straight eye. Fullback up front, takes the dive. The second,
the cornerback came up and made the tackle after a gain of about a yard, and now Justin Arneson will kick it away. Kick is angled toward the right side of the field. It will roll inside the 40 and die at the 35-yard line. So from the line of scrimmage, it's about a 35-yard
back on the dive back.
Rogren is in that backfield. Johnson is not. He was the starter we were given, and now the handoff straight ahead again. Brogren takes it up over the 40 to the 41-yard line. Adam Steffel is the other guy that's in the backfield right now.
Dive by the right halfback. Once again, Reba comes up with the tackle. The Otters are doing a nice job on the line of scrimmage with that 6-man front.
3rd down and 5. For the Lakers, as they have the ball at their own 40-yard line. And Kavit will pass it out into the flat, and a stick by Karst. However, the receiver got the first down, and Chris Perry gives Kavit a pretty big target.
Yes, he did. Good job of reacting by Karst, because he was out on the flanker. And what they did is they took the right tight end and released him to the outside, kind of like the dump pass, except it was more of a flare pass. And not a long pass.
Bring him down. He's a little too stubborn for that, I guess. But quarterback Kavit hands it off to Brogren off that right side again. And the Otters looked like they had pretty good coverage on that play, but Brogren still got over the 50 and into Otter territory.
Their backs have such a great forward lean to them that they get up into the hole very, very quick. And you think that you have them stopped, and they just slide off, and they're constantly going forward. And play that probably should have gone for 2 yards went for 5.
Well, we have 8 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Lakers with the football, 2nd down and 5 on the Otter 49-yard line. And off the left side, big yardage for another first down inside the 40-yard line to the 39. And for the first time, it was Steffel carrying the football.
Steffel lining up in that left halfback spot. They just go to that, what they call the veer dive play, and he runs right off tackle between his left tackle and left tight end. Once again, got hit at the line of scrimmage, but was able to break that tackle.
So it's now 1st down, 10 Lakers on the Otter 39-yard line. Their first possession. This will be their 6th snap on this series. Oh, the Otters jump into that neutral zone, and I don't think they were drawn off. Well, maybe they're back, and Lakers are backing up like they were, but no, offside Otters. 4.
Yeah, don't tell them.
No, okay, I won't. Well, penalty on the Otters is the first one, and now the officials are going to check that. They mustn't be listening to us. They heard it. They got to move the ball a yard forward to the There's Kvitt up at the line with back split behind him, and he turns and gives it off to Brogren, who gets down to the 30-yard line. He'll be a yard shy of that first down.
The Lakers came with their famous counterplay. They fake to the left halfback, and then they come back and with the reverse pivot and hand out to the right halfback. And if you stay at home, you're fine. Otherwise, if you go with flow, it's a big hole. Otters defended it quite well.
You look at that Otter defensive front, and they are playing up front with 6 guys against the run, and the 2 backers up close also. Now Kvitt is going to go deep up the sideline. Whitworth is open, and it's a touchdown.
That's what happens when you go man-to-man, one-on-one. If you get beat at the line of scrimmage, then it's catch-up, and that is as well as I've seen Kvitt throw the football. At Detroit Lakes that night, we did not see him be able to throw that pass. So good call on the part of the Lakers. Put 6 on the board for him.
6:24 left in the opening quarter. Kvitt, 2 out of 2 throwing the football. That's a 30-yard touchdown reception for Ryan Whitworth, and now T.J. Johnson will try to kick the extra point out of Kvitt's hold, and he drills that one, and with 6:24 left in the opening quarter, it's the Lakers 7, the Otters nothing. We're back with the Detroit Lakes kickoff in 30 seconds. They did pick up 8 yards on that first series. A nice first down run by
your game plan this early in the year, or the game, because there's a lot of football to be played.
There's a squib kick and a big bounce, and it goes all the way through, and a nice pickup by Arneson over the 25. Oh, he stuck hard and dropped at the 31-yard line. And good technique on that tackle, too, and you don't see too many Lakers who can't tackle.
Nope, number 40 for Detroit Lakes, Justin Knopf, came up and wrapped the arms right at the thighs and took Arneson down and put him on his back. Great tackle.
And the Otters start on their own 31-yard line with 6:20 to play in this opening quarter. Lakers 7, Otters nothing on the Ottertail Telecom Cellular 2000 scoreboard. And here's the handoff and a very short gain on that play, and there's that formation again, Raj.
Right. The Otters kind of like that. They put it in new this week with the idea that they know that they can't just go straight nose to nose with Detroit Lakes and gain much on the ground.
Brings them up to the line of scrimmage, split backs. 5 minutes and 45 seconds to play. Fakes to the fullback, pass over the middle for Arneson is incomplete, and a flag goes down. Whitworth, I think, had a grab of Arneson's waist as the ball was in the air.
You'll notice that Detroit Lakes is really respecting our wide receivers. That time their free safety came over, so we really threw into double coverage. We had man-to-man coverage out on the flank here, but then on the slant, he was also helped by the free safety. That should open up the dump to the other side, because now you got a cornerback that has to cover your right tight end. So let's see if the coaches come back to that later.
Well, they're they didn't do anything.
No,
They
must have picked the flag up.
the inadvertent. Well, that'd be third down, though, wouldn't it then?
Offsetting penalties then.
I missed the sign. Okay, there was an offsetting penalty on the Otters. I did not see that. Okay, so it is second down on the offsetting penalties. They will replay the down. Olsen rolls right, fires up the sideline, and it is incomplete. Now we'll get the pass interference on Whitworth. Erickson was trying to come back on that button hook, and he was grabbed from behind.
Yes, he was. Aaron Olsen had to alter his setup point. He was rolling to his right, and Tim Erickson, of course, did not get open right away, so Aaron tried to pop it to the outside, which he did. And once that happens, then those receivers are instructed to come back and alter their pattern. And Tim Erickson is a master at doing that.
He really has looked great. He's very precise on the routes that he runs.
Yes, he is. He's a very heady athlete, and has has decent speed, but his technique is outstanding.
15-yard mark-off, so the Otters have some room to work now. They're out at the 47-yard line. First down, and they come out in the eye with Shaw, the deep back, behind Dufty. He'll drop back to pass. Olsen with a pump fake. Wanted to go deep. There's good coverage, so now he throws it to his secondary receiver. That's Ness, the tight end, and Brent's going to lose some yardage, as the Lakers really had it defensed well.
I'm really impressed is how everybody stays at home. You know, by that time, Aaron Olsen had sprinted to his left, and he's looking deep. That was covered, but everybody in the white jerseys there stayed right where they're supposed to be, and once the ball was thrown, then they reacted and came up with a play for lost yardage.
Second down and 13 from the 44-yard line. We have 4 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Homecoming 98 halftime performance by the Fergus Falls Band coming up on the field. That'll be a highlight of the evening. Olsen with a play-action fake, sets, keeps two backs in to block, throws deep. Ness is there. It's just out of his reach at the 20-yard line.
Good pattern by Ness. Ness comes down and does the flag pattern. He breaks it off after about 10, 15 yards and goes to the corner, and the ball was just a little bit overthrown. But I was impressed. The Otters gave Aaron Olsen plenty of time to throw that deep pass.
Erickson comes wide to the left side. Backs are split behind Aaron Olsen on third down and 13. Line of scrimmage, the Otter 44. Olsen to throw. Throws it deep. Goes up the field for Tim Erickson and overshoots him by a good 5 yards.
The Otters had a one-man pattern that time. They had Erickson against 3 defensive backs. And Erickson is good, but he was not able to get open, and so I think Aaron Olsen just threw the football away rather than risk an interception.
And now Justin Arneson will punt the football. Line of scrimmage is a 44-yard line for the Otters. 4.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. The Lakers lead at 7-0 on the Otter Tail Telcom. Sell you the 2000 scoreboard. Arneson will kick it from about the 37-yard line. Nice high kick. That will allow the coverage to get downfield. And it rolls inside the 20, and it will die at the 19-yard line. That was a dandy.
That was a dandy. That's the kind of punt that I think that Arneson has put in there for. He got it, the whole thing. He got it nice and high, and his coverage is there, and Detroit Lakes decided not to handle it and got the out of bounds. So put the Lakers back inside their 20.
Scored 7 points so far in this opening quarter. And on first down, they come right up the middle and take it out to about the 23 or 24-yard line as Brogren carries for the 5th time already in this game.
Brogren running from that right halfback spot, ran the counter play again, where they fake to the left halfback and then come back and give it to Brogren, who's running out of the right halfback spot. The Otters hold that to about a 4-yard gain.
Well, it's second down and 6. Receiver out wide to the left side. Again, they split backs. And again, it's Brogren off the left side, and the Otters, good pursuit, bring him down at the 25-yard line. And it's a fumble, and the Otters are on it. The Otters have come up with the loose football.
Great opportunity for the Otters. The Lakers came with a second man through. That's a play that the Crookston Pirates like to run. They faked to the left halfback, and the right halfback came around and was going to receive the handoff going to the both there, and they both got up, and I don't know, the ball was on the ground when they got up, so I think one of them got it.
2 receivers wide to the near side. And on first down, Aaron Olsen's going to throw a little split-end screen to Justin Arneson, who twists away from the tackler, up the sideline to the 15, and out of bounds at about the 13 or 12-yard line.
That's called athletic ability. What a move by Justin Arneson. He catches the ball right at the line of scrimmage, and Detroit Lakes had Ryan Whitworth, who is probably as good a defensive back as Detroit Lake has, and Arneson made him miss. And then he almost, if he hadn't dropped or slipped on his footage, he would have danced into the end zone, because he did avoid the next tackler also.
14 yards. He's got to be one of those pesky gnats. They are setting first down and 10 on the 12-yard line. And Aaron Olsen brings them up to the line of scrimmage. And he will look look to throw on first down, and now he'll do the quarterback draw, and he'll take it down to about the 6-yard line before it's closed off on him there. That's a good play to run against this defense.
It certainly is, and he's been getting the blocking, and he got back in a short drop, about a 3-step drop, and he took a look at his outside receivers and gave a little pump, and then he turns it straight upfield. Nice piece of running by Aaron Olson.
And that'll make the Lakers stay honest out there, too, on defense.
Yes,
they're
it
back
will.
to pass, because Aaron can do that. He can run out of the pocket, whether it's designed or not. Now they come out in that I formation. 2nd down and 4 from the 6, and Shaw is tripped up. He got about a yard. Boy, they covered that run so well.
Don't they? Number 14, who is a defensive end, T.J. Johnson, came all the way from his end spot and got the ankle on a dive play over the center. That shows you a little bit of quickness.
They've got that quickness up front. 2:40 left. First quarter, Otters sitting 3rd down and 3 on the 5-yard line. They trail 7-0 on the Otter Tail Telecom Cellular 2000 scoreboard. That was a long time in the huddle. Wide left side, Arneson. Backs are split. Referee checking his watch here. They get the snap off, and now Olson fakes the handoff, has it, takes it to the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Great execution by Aaron Olson. They come with the right halfback blast, which is a favorite play that the Otters run, and instead of handing that off, Aaron did a great job of putting it in the tummy, holding, and it's kind of hesitated, and then all of a sudden he breaks it to the corner and goes in untouched.
Good execution by that Otter offense and by quarterback Aaron Olson. And now Luke Draxton to try to put that tying point on the board out of Olson's hold. And the kick on the way, and it's true. And 2:11 remains here in the opening quarter. And the score on the Otter Tail Telecom Cellular 2000 scoreboard, the Otters 7 and the Lakers 7. Bridges now in this kick return. You usually see a pretty good pop after a successful series like that. Kick taken at the 15-yard line. Return to the near side of the field by Steffel. He's got room up the sideline, and he is going to be out of bounds, but not before he reaches the 47-yard line.
The return going to the right sideline, and there had to be a lane there 10 yards wide, and that gave him another 15 yards because he was on the 30 when he got into that lane, and he got pushed out on about, what, the 42, 43?
47.
47. Way off.
Hut.
I said 15, 30 plus 15. I should have gone with my first thought.
Wide to the right side, the Lakers send a receiver, Paul Bruflaut. And on first down, Kildee with a good tackle from that left-hand spot. Boy, he was right on the dive back, and that's Brogren for a very short gain.
Detroit Lakes will not leave their game plan. They'll keep pounding those dive backs at you, and then all of a sudden they'll pull that thing, and the quarterback is going to be turning up the sideline. So the Otters have to stay disciplined. They can't put the whole team on that dive back.
2nd down and 9. Lakers have thrown the ball twice, have completed both passes, one for a 30-yard score. Now rolling left side, Kavit on the option will not have a chance as he is wrapped up and dropped by Ross Johnson.
Ross Johnson came through completely free, and Kavit, there was no question, was going to be a quarterback sweep to the left side, but Ross Johnson caught him from behind and threw him for that loss.
That's a 3-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd down and 13. Otters have put another defensive back into the secondary and brought linebacker out. Now they're going to bring Reba back in and bring a lineman out instead. Now the Lakers with a single setback, and to throw, Kavit will slant in for Whitworth, and it's overthrown. Just led him a bit too far.
The Otters went to a zone coverage that time, and Reba was right into that hook zone, so he was the underneath guy, and he probably got a little piece of the football because he went up for it, and now the Otters, or the Lakers, are forced to punt.
And Ryan Whitworth will do the punting, and Justin Arneson will drop back to await the kick. 46 seconds left in the opening quarter, 7-7. On the Otter Tail Telecom Cellular 2000 scoreboard. Fourth down, 13. Snap a little wide, but Whitworth handles it. Then he shanks it. It's way out of bounds, and boy, the Otters are going to get good field position here.
They certainly are. We're going to be close to midfield. That ends up being about a 10-yard punt.
They've got it on their own 47-yard line.
That's one way to keep the ball out of Justin Arneson's hand, but I'm not sure. The trade-off was real good there.
Well, you wouldn't think so, but maybe the Otters will take it right now. They capitalized on the fumble earlier. Now let's see if they can take advantage of good starting position with 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Otters scoring on a 5-yard run by quarterback Aaron Olson, who has thrown for 7 touchdowns this year. I don't know how many he's rushed for now. I don't have that stat here. Handoff off the right side, and a short gain out to about the 49-yard line for Ben Shaw on that first down carry. Or was that? Yeah, it was Shaw. Yep. Lakers, number 6 in the state in 4A in the latest Associated Press poll, and now the Otters are going to take the game to the end of the quarter here, and they didn't have to get a quarter at the Fergus Falls football field. Homecoming 98, tied at 7. The Otters have second down at 8 on their own 49-yard line. Olson rolling on the bootleg, and he's going to be dropped for a loss as the Lakers were all over him, and that's a big loss as Nick Zeman, the senior defensive end, was on Aaron before he could really even think about doing anything to get away from him.
Yep. Their defensive ends are always very tough, and no question this year with Johnson and Zeman, they came back with very difficult defensive ends to block. And now if you get that one block, you've got yourself to make a chance to make a great play. But
it looked like a running play, didn't it, from the start?
Yeah, it looked like a quarterback sweep.
So no sack in that case. Aaron Olson pump fakes and then goes deep. Arneson trying to run under that pass, and he overthrows him at the 15-yard line, and it will be a punting situation.
Double coverage again. What they do is they try to get Arneson in a foot race, and
there's a snap to Arneson. He'll get the kick away under a big rush, and that's a high kick. Fielded on the run at the 32, and then returned out to the 35, maybe the 36-yard line by Kavit. You've got your quarterback returning the punts there, and he
good hands.
He does have good hands. That's a nice pickup, kind of risky.
Yeah, absolutely. Brent Ness came in with the tackle. Detroit Lakes came with the pass, or the rush to block the punt, and Arneson just got it off, and they ended up having Brent Ness down making the tackle.
Well, when you're running up on a punt like that, and that ball moves up and down when you're looking at it, you're running up and down, and
you bet.
Hard to catch it in stride like that, but Kavit did it. And it will be first down on the 35 for the Lakers. 11:09 to go first half, all even at 7 between the Otters and the Lakers on homecoming night in Fergus Falls.
124 was fight.
10:20 KJ Oldies. 30 kickoff. 2:10 pregame. Backs are split. And the quarterback, Kavit, goes down in the grasp of Ross Johnson once again.
Great quickness by Ross Johnson. He came from that down spot, and he got to Kavit before he got to the mesh point. If you want to stop that dive play, there's how you do it.
2-yard loss. Ross has made 2 big plays.
Quick off the football.
Second down and 12 from the 34-yard line. Maybe Ross has seen those quality Toyota Player of the Game shirts and he wants one the way he's playing here. On second and 12 off the left side, it will be Brogren upended, or not Brogren, but Steffel, who is upended at the 39-yard line.
Steffel that time was able, as a dive back, to get to that mesh point, which is right off the hip of that left tackle. And he did get bumped on the line of scrimmage, but had good balance and kept his feet to pick up 3 yards.
Third down and 7. Apologize to Bill Karst. I forgot to put his mic on. I've been talking the whole game, Bill, but here I am. Here's Kavit throwing to the right side. It's completed to Whitworth at the 50, and he's into Otter territory at the 40-yard line. And just a real well-run pass route and good execution, and a gain of about 22 yards on that play.
It certainly was. Whitworth ended up running the down and out, and
at got that spot throwing the football. Split backs on the 39, and the handoff off the left side. And it's Steffel, and Steffel ahead to the 30. He'll be close to first down territory. Reba made the tackle on him, but that was a nice run. And again, they hit the hole quickly.
Yes, they do. They're not going to leave their game plan. They're going to keep pounding at you. Right now, they've widened it a little bit. They're now running off the hip of the tackle, and that time Reba had to come up with the tackle.
Second down and call it a yard. Ball on the 30-yard line. Steffel and Brogren, the split backs. Kvitt this time hammers it off the right side to Brogren, who will pick up first down yardage as he gets 2 or 3. And the Lakers get a fresh set of downs deep in Otter territory.
You'll notice that the offensive line for Detroit Lakes will take very wide gaps, and they try to stretch you as far as they can. Now, with Ross Johnson coming in and making a couple of sacks, now they have to shorten that gap because they know that there's somebody quick enough to get there. And so they will adjust that gap all game.
We have gone under the 9-minute mark here in the first half, and Kvitt will turn and run that counter to Steffel, and Steffel is wrapped up. Got a yard or 2. But good plays again. Ross Johnson, one of the tacklers in on that play.
They tried to run the counter that time more as a slant, and of course the interior line for the Otters have played very...
Second down and 8. Ball spotted just shy of the 25. Now Kvitt hands it off to Steffel on the left side, inside the 20, down to the 19. He's going to be short of the first down by a couple of yards, but that was a quick hitter that got some good results.
Yes, they did. They come back, and that's probably been their most successful play, is that dive right off of their left offensive tackle.
7:45 remaining, first half. Whitworth wide to the left side, split backs again. Kvitt left side, and he hands the ball off, and straight ahead goes Steffel, and I believe, or that's T.J. Johnson now, who was in for Steffel, and it looks like he got the first down, maybe close enough to measure. Let's see where they spot it, 17-yard line. From the mark, it looks like he got it, but yep, first down for the Lakers by about a half a yard.
That time, Kvitt barely got the handoff because Ross Johnson once again was in the backfield making a tackle on Kvitt just as he is handing off. So Ross right now is playing a game of his life.
Ball on the 17-yard line, and a first down for the Lakers. In fact, Ross starting in place of Ryan Field on that defensive line. Ryan's been on and off the injured list here through the first 4 games of the season. Handoff off the right side, and Brogren is pushed back. He may have gotten a yard, but the Otters stood him up, stayed at home, and made the play that time. And Kava, the nose guard, helped up there by Reba on the linebacker.
Great job by the front right now. Kava stayed right at home, did not allow that blocker to get up underneath his pads, and he created a pile and held him to a 1-yard game.
2nd and 9 now from the 16-yard line. The Lakers knocking on the door. Game is tied at 7 on the Otter Tail Telecom Cellular 2000 scoreboard. And with split backs, now Kvitt rolling left side, and he's driven back on his back, but he'd handed the ball off. I thought he still had it, but T.J. Johnson had taken it off the left side, but the Otters smothered both the dive back and the quarterback.
They certainly did. They, of course, you're going to see your defensive end. They're instructed to tackle that quarterback the minute that they see his number. And like I was a little fooled by
Flint Machenbacher of the Lakers. It's a key play. 3rd down and 8 with 6:05 to go in the first half. Ball resting on the Otter 15-yard line. A break in the action will return in 60 seconds. It's all tied at 7 on the Otter Tail Telecom Cellular 2000 scoreboard.
For a wide selection of elegant jewelry, come to Mock Jewelers. Mock Jewelers in downtown Fergus Falls offers diamond engagement rings, anniversary rings, diamond earrings, colorful gemstones with diamonds, all terrific gifts. Fashion that's affordable. Contemporary and traditional designs are available for you. At Mock Jewelers, you don't have to spend a fortune to show that special someone how much you care. Mock Jewelers in downtown Fergus Falls.
When you go to a burger place for a combo meal, you can choose a burger and fries or a burger and fries. If you want a real choice, try Subway's Fresh Value Meals. Choose from 8 different delicious sandwiches. They come with chips and a 21-ounce drink, and Fresh Value Meals start at just $2.99. Take the Subway Challenge. Take 1 bite, and if you don't like our subs, you get your money back. Subway, it's the way a sandwich should be. See store for details. Prices and participation may vary.
It's homecoming 1998, and the Otters and the Lakers have put on a good first half here. It's 7-7, and a key third down play coming up. Third down and 8 for the Lakers. The ball resting on the Otter 15-yard line. Whitworth goes in the right halfback, and Ben Kvitt under center. Kvitt takes a snap, rolls right. He wants to throw. Fires, a little down and out pattern. Caught and tackled down at the 6-yard line. But enough yardage for the first down. That was Chris Perry, the big tight end.
What happens is that when the Otters are in that 6-man line, they have to go man-to-man on their wide receivers. So what results then is that the tight end will sometimes have to be picked up by the linebacker. Reva's job that time was the tight end, and was just a little bit slow in getting to where he's supposed to be.
9-yard gain on that play, and it's first down and goal inside the 6. Kvitt with split backs. Off the left side, the handoff, and down close to the goal line after taking the ball, but short. Just short of the goal line is Johnson. He'll be about a yard or half a yard shy.
Johnson is a big back. He's 230 pounds, and he has that good forward lean to him, so look for his number to be called again here in this short yardage situation.
Second down and goal, 5:20 left in this first half. The Lakers trying to regain the lead here. And they have Johnson on the left side and Brogren on the right side. Kvitt under center. Well, Kvitt is going right side this time, and off the right side, Brogren gets over the goal line for the touchdown. From 1 yard out, the Lakers regain the lead, and the uprights, he boomed the first one through. Both he and Draxton, no problem at all. Good snap, placement is there, the kick is there, and the score with 5:05 to go in the first half. Lakers 14, Otters 7 on the Otter Tail Telecom Cellular 2000 scoreboard. The Laker kickoff in 30 seconds. If they score that way rather than the quick hitters, the big plays, then it's going to be a tighter ball game, and we'll be right in it, and there's a lot of truth to that.
Yep, absolutely.
Here's a little squibber again, and it's picked up at the 30-yard line and returned out over the 40-yard line. And one thing that the Lakers and other opponents have to realize on these squib kicks, as we saw Chad Hoppinen return a kickoff for a touchdown last week, is that the Otters have some pretty good speed in some of those up guys.
Yes, they do, and they all have very good hands and have the ability to run with the football. I don't know what the philosophy is, because the very first kick went down to the 10-yard line, and the last two now has been the squib type, but it gives the Otters a great field position.
Yeah, they'll take it at the 41-yard line. Last 3 possessions have been at the DL-26 off a fumble, at their own 47, and now at their own 41. So you'll take those starting spots any time of the game. Dufty, the lone setback. 2 receivers wide right. That's Arneson and Erickson. They can confuse some defenders. Now Olsen rolling out. He's got a man open, and he hits him up the sideline. It's Arneson, and Arneson is tackled as he crosses the 40-yard line of the Lakers to the 38. Not only was Arneson open up the sideline, but Brent Ness was open a few yards over the middle.
Yes, he was. The Otters tried to run a sprint out to the right side, and Arneson came down and ran it down and out. And he got to the sideline. The ball hadn't been thrown. Saw that Aaron Olsen was scrambling, so his defender had to come up and take a look at Aaron Olsen, and Aaron just had a real nice touch to it, just tossed it over and into Arnie's hands.
And I think that tandem's going to stay out there the way it looks with Erickson and Arneson. You put those two on the same side, and that puts a little pressure on the secondary.
Oh, absolutely. You'll notice that they put 2 guys in man-to-man position there, and then they take their free safety and bring them all the way over also. So you've got 3 defenders now over covering 2 people. Great for the Otters.
And now Aaron Olsen on first down will drop back to pass. He looks left, now he looks deep, and he's going to overthrow it as, well, he had some time there too, but just overthrew the ball.
Yes, he did. I think he was throwing it away because he was thrown into double coverage, and maybe one of the things that they need to do is to release the tight end, although right now he's trying to keep both tight ends to block on their defensive ends. And if you can just take your one back that's in the field and put him on the defensive end and release that tight end, that may be open.
A little dump. Yes, yeah, I think you're right. Second down and 10. The ball spotted on the 38-yard line. Enjoy the music and the performance coming up at halftime. Right now, the Otters send receivers wide to both sides of the ball. And back to pass. Olson sidesteps the rush. Now he dumps it, trying to get that dump to Ness. Did he trap it or did he catch it? No, it's incomplete. He trapped it at about the 35-yard line. So they're running the play you were talking about.
Yes, they are. They came with receivers on both sides, and they tried to get Ness freed up there, and I think he got tangled up in his block. But Aaron Olson really had to do some work to get a chance to even throw the thing. He had to dodge a couple of tacklers to get out to the outside.
Third down and about 10 now, or third and exactly 10 from the 38-yard line. And the Otters will try to convert and keep this drive going. They're probably, well, I don't know. I guess I won't say they're in 4-down territory at this point. They may not be. They're inside the 40. They get 6, 7, 8 yards on this down. Perhaps they would. The double wing formation. Olson to throw. They're setting up the little flat pass off to the left side to Shaw, and it's incomplete. Aaron was backpedaling as he threw that ball.
Yes, he was. He needs to set his feet there and get those hips turned, and then he'll hit the guy in the numbers. But Detroit Lakes had reacted very well to it, so if the ball had been caught, at most it would probably have been a 5-yard play.
4th down and 10, and now Arneson will he punt or not from the 38-yard line? The way he's hit the ball high, and he could pin the Lakers back. What do you think?
I think he'll punt it.
Uh-oh, you're wrong.
Not going to punt it.
They're going for it. 2 receivers wide left, Erickson and Arneson. On 4th down and 10, Olson to throw. Straight back, looking now. He runs up in the pocket, and he's hit as he tries to throw the ball, and it will be ruled a fumble, I believe. It doesn't matter, really. Had he been sacked, it would have been turnover on downs, but it's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Lakers. I guess when you look at the positive thing here, it was 4 yards closer to the Laker goal line.
Right, if it's
on top of it at the 34-yard line, and now the Lakers run their first play of this possession, and Kavit, following his lead blocker, will get it up over the 35 to the 36, just a couple of yards, well defended.
Yes, it was, and the reason it was well defended is that the defensive lineman created a pile. That was what they call a quarterback load. It's run all the way, and the dive back is going to come up and lead block, and Kavit's going to try to follow him.
2nd down, call it 8 from the 36-yard line. 4 minutes to go in the opening half. Off the right side, Brogren up over the 40 to the 42-yard line, and that's a gain of about 6 yards on that play to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Well, right now I would.
Backs are split, and here's Kavit, and this time he fakes it, and he wishes he'd have given it to the dive back because he's back near the original line of scrimmage, and Ryan Kilde's back there visiting.
That's what he was instructed to do and came up big. We just talked about the fact that Kavit had not kept the football, and apparently he made the wrong read because Kilde came up with a big quarterback's tackle.
5-yard loss, and it will bring up a 4th down punting situation from the 37-yard line. So the Otters will get the ball back on offense and have some opportunities to move the football in for the tying score with under 3. Nope, they're not going to get it. It's a penalty against the Lakers' 5-yard mark-off. So back to the 32-yard line and 4th down and 13. And the Otters penalty. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the opening half. It's 14-7 Lakers on the Otter Tail Telecom Cellular 2000 scoreboard. Good snap, back to Whitworth, a high kick. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 44-yard line by Tim Erickson, who is the up back in that punt return formation. And again, good starting position.
Yes, it is, and there's plenty of time with 2.5 minutes on the clock with the football basically in the middle of the field for the Otters to move the football down the field. They have lots of time.
We saw him do it, and they scored with 7 to go, moving it upfield on the pass. So, and I think that was 65 yards, so they can move it, no question. And we'll see how they move it here from the 44-yard line. They're going to send 3 receivers to the right. Brendan Gies, closest to the tackle, or to the tight end, and in the other spots, Tim Erickson, and then Justin Arneson, widest to the right. And the pass comes out here, and Arneson slips trying to turn for it. That looked like, well, I don't know who it was intended for, really.
I'm not sure either. Arnie was on a fly, and Erickson was going to run it down and out, and it was thrown to the sideline, and neither receiver was very close.
We'll be taking an extended break. Jason will update us on the scores that we have from around the area and from Major League Baseball. The Indians beat the Red Sox today, 4-3. Manny Ramirez hit 2 home runs in that game, so the Indians lead 2-1. Now Olson back to throw. Has time. Looks over the middle. He's got his man, and it's Ness, and he's got the ball, and he's close to the first down, but maybe just a bit shy. Nice hands.
Yes, it was. What he did is he took one receiver and went deep with them, and the inside receiver, he went on a crossing pattern with Ness. And just as they crossed, Aaron Olson threw the ball up to Ness, and nice big 6-foot target. Ness comes up with a very, very good catch.
3rd down and a yard. Here's where I'd like to gamble. 3rd and 1. Yeah, they're expecting a little short yardage, get the first down. Go deep.
Do you think Link likes to gamble?
Yep. Here we go. 3rd down and 1. Receivers wide to both sides of the ball. Not this time. Aaron's going to get the first down. I was all settled in for a big, long pass, and he goes conservative on me. Of course, Flint Machenbacher probably was thinking the same thing. He'll gamble.
That's right. Coach Link really likes to take risks, and he has a lot of confidence in his players come up with big plays, but he just felt with a
wide to the left. And on first down, here's Aaron Olson waiting the snap from Cava. Gets it, drops back under pressure. Down he goes. Back at his own 46-yard line. And was that Zeman again?
Number 52, Zeman came in. And part of the problem that happened was when Aaron came and tried to backpedal, he lost his footing. And
tonight, Peter Draxton's capable of making some nice catches and running some nice routes at the other tight end spot. Duffy, the lone setback. He's in to block. He's on Zeman. Olson's going to crank it up the sideline. Erickson open, and he can't get to it at the 12, just out of his reach.
Oh, exciting time for the Otters. Aaron Olson goes to the drop back, and he pump fakes to the left side, and he's got Tim Erickson on the fly going down his right side. And Tim had worked his way open, and Aaron Olson just put everything he got into it, and it was too much and overshot Erickson.
Out, so Lakers still have 2 left. So if they get the ball back, they'll be able to mount some sort of an attempt also at getting some more points on the board. Olson back, pump fakes. Oh, and Zeman is there. That is his second sack, and the 3rd time he's hit Olson in the backfield. Once was on a running attempt.
I was watching that play from the backside here, and Brett Ness was in a dilemma. He had the tackle come with an outside release, and he had Zeman come with an outside release. So he had 2 people to block, and he got one out of the 2, but Zeman was able to break loose and come up with the quarterback sack.
Crowd on hand. And here's Arneson in punt formation. Here comes the rush. He gets it away. High kick. Kavit will fair catch it back at the 21-yard line, and that's where the Lakers will go to work with 44 seconds and 1 timeout. And actually, the Otters did a nice job preventing that rush.
Yes, they did. I think Arneson did a nice adjustment, too. He got the thing, and he got it off very quick, and he had good foot into it. You know, all of a sudden now you got to make Kavit make that fair catch, and if he doesn't make it, now you got the ball free again. But Kavit was able to come up with the catch on the punt and after the fair catch. So Laker ball, 44 seconds to go.
And usually when you have a block on, it's an automatic, isn't it? That punt return is making a fair catch because there's no protection for him.
That's right. There's none.
Here's Kavit under center on first down from the 21. They're going to keep it on the ground. They've got the touchdown lead. Brogren breaks a tackle, takes it over the 35, and down he goes at the 36-yard line. Tackled by Arneson, but a nice 15-yard gain.
Yes, it was. And Coach Link went to a 5-man front thinking that the Lakers would come out and throw a pass rather than a 6-man. And right there shows you why he's been playing 6-man left front the whole ball game.
So it will be first down. Ball spotted on the 36-yard line. Receiver wide to the right side. Backs are split. Kavit under center. This time he will go back to throw. He rolls to the right side. The release by the tight end off the block that he made, and then he goes out of bounds on the far side. And that's the 3rd catch of the game for Chris Perry.
That's a very well-designed play just to get the clock stopped. Doesn't hurt the Otters at all. Gave up 5 yards. Well defended, but the Lakers just want to get the clock stopped.
Ball on the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 23 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining for the Lakers. They have 2 receivers wide right, 1 wide left. Here's Kavit back to throw. Ness from the backside has a crack at him. He knocks him down, but he got rid of the ball. Oh, and it's broken up by Aaron Olson. That one was headed to Whitworth down about the 25-yard line, and that was a great athletic play by Aaron.
Yes, it was. Aaron, of course, being the free safety back there, they threw in the double coverage. Whitworth is a very fine athlete. Kavit impresses me with his throwing, Craig. I did not see that in the first ball game, but Aaron Olson came up with a great save. He jumped high and knocked the ball down right in front of Whitworth.
5 out of 7 for 71 yards, and one of the passes, the one we just saw, knocked away by Aaron Olson. He has thrown the ball very well. Receiver wide to the near side is Bruflot. 2 receivers go wide right to the short side of the field, and Kavit will take a straight drop back, and Ness hits him again. This time the ball flutters over toward the Detroit Lakes bench, and Ness is getting in uncontested on the outside.
Brent Ness came with the rush on the outside with nobody blocking him, and Brent has excellent speed. He may be in the top 3 in terms of speed on this football team.
That's saying a lot. This is a team that has some great speed, and I'd like to see them all in a foot race out there sometime. I guess they do some of that, don't they?
Coach Link likes to see that.
13 seconds remaining in the first half. It's 4th down and 6. And now the Lakers are put in a situation where they'll have to punt the football. If you're the Otters, you go for a block, or do you let your speedsters try to break a return?
Detroit Lakes is not going to punt.
Okay, so much for that question, because the Otters have no timeouts remaining anyway, so now it'll be 4th down and 11 because they're going to take the delay of game. It took too long to decide what they were going to do, so they'll move it back 5 more yards to the 34. Now they're going to punt.
Now they'll punt.
Wrestles off the field, so the Otters don't have too many men out there. And now Whitworth with the punt, and it will be Arneson running up on it at the 36-yard line. Takes it in stride over the 40, 45, and steps out of bounds right near midfield. And with 5 seconds left, the Otters will get a shot at it.
They'll come out and throw the bomb. We'll see what happens.
But then trips to the near side. After that nice return by Arneson on the punt. He's one of the 3 out here. Erickson and Gies the other 2. High snap, and Aaron pulls it in, and then he throws it deep, and it is going to be picked off by Whitworth back inside the 15 at the 13-yard line, and that will kill the clock and end the first half.
This goes in as a bad statistics. Good gamble, though.
He has a man on the pattern near the 40-yard line. He breaks 1 tackle, fights his way forward to the 44, but he's going to be about a yard short. And that was a nice job by Steffel to get the yardage that he did.
Yes, he did. He came out in a real short pattern out of the backfield. He was lined up at the left halfback spot, and on that particular play, they pulled their right guard to block on the defensive end to allow Kavit time to throw the football.
And now the Lakers, who lead by a touchdown, are sitting with 4th down and 1 on their own 44-yard line, and they're lining up to go for it here.
That's called confidence.
Definitely confidence on this team, and in motion goes T.J. Johnson, and he lays a block on the defensive end, and Brogren with good second effort will push it over the 50 to the 48-yard line, and that's the first time, isn't it, all night they've had motion?
Yes, it is, and what they were trying to do there was get the Otters to jump into the neutral zone, and they almost succeeded on that, but then they used that T.J. Johnson, who's 230 pounds, as another blocker over there.
And a 4th down conversion brings up a 1st down at the Otter 48-yard line, and Brogren off off the right side, broke the initial tackle, and then was wrestled to the ground as he reaches the Otter 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, but Aaron Olson wouldn't let him by.
Brogren is extremely strong. You can see that on the first down carry there, that David Karst, who's an excellent tackler, took him high, and Brogren basically carried him for another 4 or 5 yards. You can't tackle him high. You have to take him down low.
And on second down, again, the Lakers run the football down close to the 40-yard line. They'll spot him down at the 41, and it will be shy of the first down by about 3.
A real quick quarterback draw by Kvitt. He takes one step back, and then he zips up between his center and 2 guards. The Otters reacted quite well.
And on third down and short, here's Kvitt handing the ball off the left side. And this time, well, it's going to be very close. T.J. Johnson took it off the left side, but yeah, they're going to say he got the first down without even measuring. We haven't seen a measurement yet. We've had a couple of close plays there on this spot. But
yes, we have. And the scrimmage was still strong enough to carry a couple of tacklers and get the first down.
8:45 left in the third quarter. Kvitt is going to be hit. He faked the handoff to the dive back and then tried to cut it upfield and was tackled by Matthew Ewell.
Matt Ewell playing the down tackles on the right side here.
Johnson got him a couple of times behind the line of scrimmage. Second down and 9. Kvitt rolling right, slips one tackle, will take it forward to the 31-yard line. Otters had a real good shot at him at the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they did. Mr. Kildee had a shot at him right at the line of scrimmage, and Kvitt was just able to squirm out of it and turn it upfield to pick up about 5.
Roger, we saw dive that whole first half, and right now they're starting to work Kvitt in a little more.
Well, they like to do that. Of course, when they had Steinmetz, he was a featured running back for them, and here also.
Bill Karst is going to have my hide. I keep forgetting this microphone. All right, here come the Lakers on third down, and they burst through the linebackers into the secondary, and Karst and Olson, or make that Hoppen and Olson trying to make the tackle, actually wound up on the receiving end of the hit on that play, and it is definitely 7 yards for Brogren on that play and a first down. This is the 9th play of the drive. Brogren breaks one tackle, breaks 2 tackles into the secondary, inside the 10 and down at the 7-yard line. 15 more.
Brogren is about 185 pounds, but he is extremely strong. He can take that initial hit, and if you don't have an arm wrap on him, he's going to go through it.
91 yards rushing for Brogren on the night, and he is punishing with his running right now. And this is Brogren again. He just pushes forward with a couple of Otters draped all over him. He takes it down to about the 2, maybe even to the 1-yard line. And how do you tackle that guy?
Well, you've got to get a shoulder into him in the arm wrap and then use your legs. The Otters right now defensively aren't using their legs, and Bogart is. He's just keep driving, keep chucking, and he's just dominating the game right now.
Under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, and this time Kvitt goes left, hands the ball off, down close to the goal line. No sign from the officials. T.J. Johnson is stopped shy of the end zone. Not by much, but it will bring up third down rather, from inside the 1-yard line.
Quarterback sneak time.
Yeah, you're probably right. Kvitt will probably call his own number here. He brings him up to the line. Of course, he's got 3 pretty good choices. Johnson to his left, Brogren to his right, and he's going to go to Brogren, and Brogren's going to walk it in for the touchdown. Kildee tried to stand him up, but you just can't push that guy back.
No, he's extremely strong, and we talked about that earlier. When you try to tackle him high, he will whip. And you've got to get his shoulder into it with the arm wrap, keep your legs going, and drive through him. And then he's like any other back. He will come down.
Well, it was a very impressive first possession of the second half. Brogren carrying it in for the touchdown from a yard out. 75 yards, 13 plays, and almost half the quarter. 6:23 left. High snap on the extra point kick. Johnson didn't get it up as high as he would have liked, I'm sure, but it's over the crossbar, and it is good. So with 3 for Steffel, that's not bad.
Not bad, especially when you know that they're going to run the football.
And they do. They just come right at you and dare you to stop them. There's a booming kick. Arneson backing up to about the 6. He slips and falls and will go down at about the 9-yard line, and that is not what the Otters needed here.
Bad break, bad break. Justin Arneson feels extremely bad about that because he did catch the ball very cleanly, and when he started to accelerate, the feet went out from underneath him, and what are you going to do? Get up and run off the field.
They start at the 9-yard line on this return, after that return, so the Otters have some football field and some work cut out for them here, some football field ahead of them, 91 yards to cover, and the Otters are going to take a timeout. 10 on the kick return, and they're down on the 9, and Tim Erickson comes wide to the near side. Otters have split backs. They've been unable to move the football on the ground. They have only 3 yards, and we've got a penalty flag before the play gets off here. They'd snapped the ball, and the flag was thrown. Have some motion, or do we have encroachment on the Lakers? Going to have encroachment on the Lakers, so the Otters get a little breathing room.
Yeah, that helps. Down there, 5 yards is big. Now you're on the 14, and 1st and 5 could break for the Otters, but not a super break.
30 yards and penalties on the Lakers and 4 infractions. The Otters have 1 penalty for 5 yards. Split backs, first down. Olsen to throw. They're going to run a little delay out of the backfield and getting out to about the 15 or 16 yard line on that first down and 5 carry is Ben Shaw, and he'll be spotted down at the 16, so it's a gain of about 2 yards.
The Otters are trying to spread out the Laker defense, but the Lakers still sitting at 5-man front with the 2 linebackers. Occasionally will stunt, but everybody plays their position, and they're so strong and so fundamentally strong that they don't get beat very often.
Yeah, very well disciplined out there in their defensive roles. If they're not, they sit most likely. 2nd down and 3. Strong teams year after year, and here off the left side there's a hole for the fullback Dufty. He breaks it to the sideline. It'll be brought down over the 35 out to the 36-yard line. There's a 20-yard gain and the most productive run of the night for the Otters.
Oh, without a doubt. Dufty was able to get through that line of scrimmage untouched, and I think he surprised people because all of a sudden he's in the secondary.
And he made a nice cut to the sidelines. You don't see your fullback go to the sidelines too much, do you?
No, in fact, he probably should have cut to the middle of the field because on that particular play, they did not have a free safety. And if he cuts to the middle of the field, then it becomes a foot race.
Well, we'll be first down Otters on the 36-yard line now. Erickson comes wide to the near side. They really need to answer that Laker drive with something positive. So far, so good. Olsen back to throw. Sets. Drills it over the middle. Sliding catch by Erickson at the 45-yard line. What concentration by Tim Erickson.
Once again, that's a big-time catch because he's running that slant, and he has the defender draped all over him, and he extends himself and gets the ball about 2 feet off the ground and hangs on for the catch.
Great play by Erickson and a beautiful throw by Aaron Olsen. Nobody else is going to catch that ball. It was Erickson or incomplete. 2nd down and a yard on the 45-yard line. Otters trailing 21-7, 4.5 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. Homecoming 98, great performance by the marching band at halftime. This crowd really enjoyed it. Boy, we've got a great crowd in here tonight for this football game. Dufty, the lone setback. Olsen to throw, rolling. Zeman blocked right into him, and he throws it on the sideline here, incomplete. But we're going to have a little pass interference, perhaps, as maybe Arneson was held up on the near side. Phil Link was over applauding the official on that.
Yeah, the guy that threw the flag is downfield, so apparently something happened to hold up the receiver.
Defensive holding is what they're calling, so somebody must have clutched the jersey or grabbed the arm as Arneson blew past him, most likely.
Yeah, right. And, of course, Arneson, you don't want to give him a one step because he's going to beat you. Good rush again by the defensive end, and Aaron Olsen just kind of threw that up for grabs and threw it away. But with the penalty, it becomes a positive play for the Otters.
You know, Zeman was blocked right into Aaron. Actually, Aaron was rolling, and he almost ran right into his arms.
Yeah, right.
45 of Detroit Lakes is where the ball is spotted. We have 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. The Otters are down 21-7, but they are on the move. This possession started with the ball on the 9-yard line, but they're all the way to the Detroit Lakes 45 as Olsen drops back. Looks over the middle. He's got his man. It's right on the numbers. Complete to the 33-yard line for a gain of about 12. And a good job watching that football all the way in by Justin Arneson.
Justin is out there on the left side. He's got one-on-one coverage, and boy, I'll tell you, that puts pressure on the Detroit Lakes defensive backs, because if there's a slip, then all of a sudden it's touchdown. But DL has made some adjustments here at halftime with their defense. They have nobody in that free safety spot. And I really think that the defense or tight end has got to be wide open straight down on the dump play.
Well, the ball spotted on the 33-yard line. First down. Receivers wide to both sides of the ball. Duffy the lone setback. Olsen to throw. Looks. Now he's going to run the quarterback draw. Takes it to the 30 and caught from behind at the 28-yard line. And a good recovery by the Detroit Lakes defense, because had Justin Knopf not gotten him from behind, Aaron would have had first down yardage.
Justin Knopf is in a down position. He usually lines up as their nose tackle, right?
Answer, the Lakers scoring drive of 75 yards to start this half. And now the Otters are going to use their second timeout. Now we've got a penalty flag thrown. Justin Arneson was trying to call the timeout. And we've got a penalty flag thrown. Arneson, they're going to... Okay, no, an inadvertent flag. I think the official was throwing it for a motion penalty. And Erickson a wing on the right side, and the fake to Duffy, and then Olsen to throw. And he looks for Shaw in the little down and out pattern, and Shaw will catch the ball and take it just a couple of yards closer to first down yardage. He's at the 25.
They took Shaw
to the short side of the field, the left side. Duffy the lone setback, and Olsen to throw. A little slant over the middle, and Arneson was open. He threw it too high for him, and it will bring up 4th down and 2.
They tried to jam it at the line of scrimmage, and Arneson broke through, and he was 2 steps beyond the defender.
Receivers come wide to the right side. Aaron takes a snap, drops back, looks, he pumps, and then he's going to keep it. Left sideline, 20-yard line, 15, and hauled down at the 11 as he was caught from behind, and it's a big first down on a 4th and 2.
Yes, it was. An excellent call.
Arneson's wide to the near side. The backs are split. Olsen fakes to Shaw. Now he rolls right, running away from the rush, dumps it back over the middle, wide open at the 5, and down close to the goal line on the reception, down to the 1-yard line. Well, we're going to have a penalty flag. Little action after the tackle. A little frustration perhaps coming through there. Ben Shaw on the receiving end. He's close to the first down, but the penalty will assure that.
Oh, absolutely. Detroit Lakes defensive tackle number 76, Joey Finkelson, who has been a starter for them since his 9th grade year, had a little extra curricular activity in there and roughing up Ben Shaw. So it should be half the distance to the goal from where the penalty occurred.
Ball is spotted at the 1-yard line, and that personal foul against the Lakers will move it about a half a yard away from the goal line, and it will bring up first down and goal. Really come a long way.
Yes, he had. He's had an outstanding season so far.
3rd down and 7. Here's Kavit to throw. Dumps it out. That tight end is open, but he has to go down to his knees to catch it. He's going to be short of the first down at the 50-yard line, just a bit underthrown. Had he caught it while upright, he would have had a first down.
Yes, he came out. He delayed.
To 14. It's 4th down at 4, and they're going for it here. And maybe trying to just, they're going to shift into punt formation now. And there is the quick kick that will bounce at the 20, roll inside the 15. Arneson picks it up at the 10, up the sideline. Good block. Oh, and a penalty flag thrown. He's out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Well, from this